If I can have your attention towards the front of the convention center here, we are about to do another unveiling. My name is Chris Jacobs. Once again, I'm with my good friend and MCACN co-host Scott Hoke. And if you are a fan of Shelby cars, then you are no doubt familiar with the name Peter Brock. And we are honored to have Peter with us here in person. As Scott, we are about to unveil his 1963 Corvette Concept 1.
Yes, indeed, Chris. And the Motorsports Hall of Famer, Peter Brock, is here. Before we pull the cover on this, Peter, just kind of give us an overview of this kind of a do-over for you, a chance to do it again and maybe do it better.
You have to understand that I designed this car originally about 6 years ago when I was 19 years old. I was one of the youngest designers ever at General Motors Styling, and worked directly under Bill Mitchell to design this car. So obviously when I did it originally, we made a lot of compromises by the time it got into production. So there was a chance this time to go back and refine the whole thing and smooth it out and do it exactly as I had done originally in the studio.
No compromise this time.
So when a car is done for production, there was always sort of little compromises to make it cheaper or whatever. This car has none of that. For example, every slot, every vent, every little bit on the car, everything is functional on the car now. And one of the original complaints that Zora Duntov had, for example, on the original split window, is he didn't like it because the windows were too small. So when you look at this car, I want you to look at the rear windows and tell me what's different, okay?
All right, are you ready to unveil this? Ladies, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, wow. How about this?
Wow. How about a round of applause for this beautiful Corvette?
One of the things I want to talk to Mike Staveski here, who's the gentleman that built this car with Peter's design. This is not your typical split window coupe. This is a supercharged LT4 that's under the hood, yes?
Yes, it has a forged LT4 motor on it with a supercharger.
And this is not Daytona blue, Chris, Peter, but it's close. I love it. This is a Ferrari blue, and it is just fantastic with the blue lines as well. Let me ask you, Peter, what is your, and here's the windows that you were talking about, what is your favorite part? Let's move away from this loudspeaker for a second. What is your favorite part about this car?
One of the things that's important in this car is I've removed most of the bright roof on it because the form of this car is what really makes it iconic. So I'm really focusing on the shape of this car and accentuating it as much as possible. For example, you'll notice that the rear windows are dark. The overall form is the thing that's important. So look at all the little details in there. Look at these side bits. You'll see that everything is actually functional on the automobile. There's no bright work on the exhaust below. Everything is just done to give it the form, and that's the main thing that we're looking at here.
And Peter, I think you were mentioning what we saw differently about the rear windows. Obviously, you flushed the glass there on both the windshield and the rear windows. What a beautiful effect.
I think if you look at the back of the split on this, is that this was originally Bill Mitchell's idea to split the rear window on it because he had an homage to the original Bugatti Atlantique, which was done in the late 1930s. So when you look at the split on it and the fin in the back end, that's all Bill Mitchell's influence that I put into the car this time, but also to increase the size of the rear windows on it and to make the form follow through on it. Same thing, you'll notice the bumpers are all, everything is put down to make the form work good.
And that split much more pronounced than on the production car too. What a beautiful effect. Just an incredible accomplishment, Peter. Thank you very much for showing it to us.
Boy, what a pleasure to be here. This is actually the best show in the country, and it's a real honor to be a feature car this year.
By the way, I will also point out that this car will be on the MCACN auction block in January in Kissimmee, Florida, on the second Friday of the world's largest collector car auction. So it will be up for sale, Peter. You'll be there, Mike will be there, and the whole gang as well. So look for that. I think it's Friday, January 16th, if I'm not mistaken. It's the second Friday at MCACN Kissimmee.
I can hear people registering for their bidders badge right now, Scott. This is going to be a hot ticket.
Absolutely right. All right, Peter, thank you. Mike, thank you.
Thank you.
Peter Brock, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, guys. If anybody has any questions, I'll be glad. And note,